Hey guys, welcome to Cook with Nancy. Today we are going to make a great appetizer, bread cones with the stuffing. Great for evening snack and tea. If you're new to my channel or you haven't subscribed already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now and don't forget to leave your comments and likes below. Let's get started with the recipe. Here I have a skillet that's been preheated and make sure your pan is really hot. I'm adding 1 pound ground lamb. You can use beef, chicken, anything you like, but I'm not going to use any oil since I'm using lamb because it has a lot of fat in it. But in your meat, if you find there is no fat, then go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of oil. That should be fine. Now I'm gonna go ahead and break down all this meat into small crumbs because we don't want any big lumps in it. As you can see, there is a lot of fat that is from the meat. I haven't added any oil in it. Now to this, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of ginger paste. Now just saute it until the raw aroma leaves. I'm gonna add 1 small onion finely chopped. Just make sure it's finely chopped and then saute it until the onions are cooked through. Now the onions are cooked. Now I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of chili powder, salt as needed. Now if you want to add green chilies or chili flakes, you can definitely do that. Just chop the chilies really fine and then you can add it and mix it. Now cook for like a minute, and once that is done, I'm going to add fresh thyme, a teaspoon of fresh thyme. If you don't find fresh, you can add dry. If you don't have that, just skip it. 2 tablespoons of fresh coriander and mint leaves. Now just go ahead and combine them together. To this, I'm going to add 1/3 a cup of green peas. I'm using frozen peas. If you have fresh peas, you can use that. Or if you want to use any other vegetables, just make sure it's finely chopped and you can use that. You can always substitute. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of water. Now I'm going to let it cook for 15 minutes or until the water evaporates completely. You don't want any kind of water in it. It's okay if there is any fat that is left behind. As the meat cools down, the fat will be absorbed into the meat, so it's fine. As you can see, the water is all evaporated and I can only see a little bit of fat in here, so I'm going to turn off the stove and let it cool down completely. Now as you can see, the meat is completely cooled down. Now it's time for our bread stuffing. With the bread, I'm using white bread. You can use also brown bread. That's totally fine. I'm going to cut the sides off, and then with the rolling pin, I'm going to make it flat. Just make sure it's completely flat. I also have a water, and I'm going to apply the water on the side so that the bread can stick together. Now go ahead and make a shape of the cone. Once you've done the shape, then press the loose ends of the bread just by pressing them gently, so the bread will stick together. And now you can put the stuffing inside. I'm using 1.5 teaspoon approximately. Depending on the bread size, you can use more or less. Now as you can see, it's done. I'm going to continue to do the same with the rest of the bread and the stuffing. Once that is done, we will go ahead and start frying. As you can see, the bread stuffing is all done. Now my oil has been preheating already. To this, I'm going to add the bread cones that we already prepared. Gently drop them in the hot oil and just flip them as necessary to just turn all the sides golden brown. This really takes only 2 to 3 minutes to cook and get that golden brown and crispy outside, so do not just leave it and keep an eye on it. Continue to do this with the rest of the bread cones, and make sure when you take them out, you put it on the paper towel so that it can drain the excess oil, as it consumes a lot of oil. Now the bread is nice and crispy outside and still the juicy meat inside. You can serve this with the simple ketchup or green chutney, and it's great with tea. I hope you enjoy watching this recipe, and I hope you will try and let me know how it turns out on the comments below. If you like my channel, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button right now, and I will see you soon in my next video with a new recipe. Till then, take care guys. Happy holidays.